we've been looking at going down to the Gold Coast for a couple of days, so we did some inquiries in it, and then later on I come into Facebook, and I find this ad in Facebook. This view for 3 nights for $299. So go into the web page, go into the thing, comes up with this thing, says 3 nights in the Gold Coast, 81% off, normally $485. So it tells you this, only $295 book now. Okay, member rate, retail price. Okay, what's the name of the hotel? Due to our incredible low price, we can only reveal the hotel name after you've purchased. However, your hotel is guaranteed to be one of the three. So I was a bit suspicious about this. So I went back to the thing. And by the way, if I go back, is it still there? Yeah, it's still there. And I had read some of the comments about it. And people says, looks good, etc. So people asking questions. One of the things that one of the people said is they looked at their terms and conditions, and basically you've got to sign up and pay the money, and then you find out if you get something. But anyway, rather than doing it that way, what I did is I went to the Google AI and said, is this a legitimate website? And it said it didn't really know, because there's some things that are similar to that and some aren't. So what I decided to do was, its suggestion is to ring up one of the organisations that they supposedly book the hotels with. So if we go to this again, I go in there, and there's the ad. I'll call up the ad again. Endless Luxury Hotels, one of those three hotels. So it says Surface Aquarius. So I looked on the web, internet, rang up Surface Aquarius. Unfortunately, they were busy. So I waited for a while, and they eventually answered the phone. And I said, do you know anything about this Endless Luxury mob? Right. Have any association with whoever? And they said, no, we don't. So it sounds like to me that it's a scam. However, that's not the end of it. That's not why I'm doing this video, so it's pretty easy that it's a scam, all right? What I wanted to do then was go back to this website and actually put in put in a comment myself to tell other people it's a scam. Unfortunately, I'll just come right out of this. In Facebook, you go into Facebook and you go into something like there's something there, and I've got a page there, and be quiet, birds, and I go back to something else, then another page comes up, then another page, then another page, and another page. I'm just swiping down, and every single time it changes. So you can't get back to that ad. So I couldn't get back to the ad. I have no idea how to get back to the ad. So what I decided to do was to once again use the Google AI to find out how to get back to an ad. So if I can find this here, yeah, well, here we are. All right. So this is the Google AI. I asked the question. I said, how do you get back to a Facebook advertising page you've recently looked at? And it says, getting back to a Facebook you recently looked at an Android application is possible through the recent ad feature. Here's how you can do it. Open the Facebook app on your Android device, which I've got. Tap on the menu icon, the three horizontal lines in the top right corner. So I go back to Facebook, right? Facebook. Three horizontal lines in the top right-hand corner. Here's the top right-hand corner somewhere. I can't find three horizontal lines. So there's a problem, all right? I can't even get to the menus that tells me to do something to do it, okay? So we go, so I go back to the Google AI again. So then I said to it, all right, I don't see the menu icons, the three horizontal bars. And it says, you're right, Facebook app's interface can be different for many users. The three horizontal lines, often called the hamburger menu, that one there, may not be at the top right-hand corner anymore. Facebook quickly tests new layouts and features, so location may change. And this is one of the things I find most frustrating about using any software. People change, and you do an inquiry about something on the internet, and it tells you how to do it. Even the AI is telling you how to do it. It says the most common new location on the menu icon on the Android app is at the bottom right corner of the screen. Look for the same three horizontal lines there. Okay, it's on the bottom right corner, so I'll quickly go back to that. And on Facebook, when you scroll, there's no bottom thing at the bottom there. The only thing I've got is my recently used app thing, which is that button, which takes me to previous things, and that obviously doesn't work. So, okay, back to the AI again. All right. Okay. Next thing it says, here's some updated steps to find out the activity, and it says, through the horizontal lines, etc. It says, if you still can't, right at the bottom, it says, if you still can't find the menu, if you still can't find it, the menu might be a more personalized set of icons, and the three lines are now a profile picture or a different icon. In this case, try looking for an icon that represents your profile or a more general menu icon. From there, the steps should be similar. Okay, so back to Facebook again. All right. Okay, and there we are on the top right-hand corner over here near me. All right, is that little icon of me. So I go into there. Okay, now I find a menu, right? And I find if I follow the thing, go into settings, right? And then, even then, it still doesn't follow the same procedure here. You still got to do it slightly different. Then I've got to find out add preferences, all right? Version preferences. And then it says, still nothing much there. And then add preferences again, all right? Add preferences, all right? And it says add activity, and there it is. That's how I get back to it. So you can get back to where you want to in Facebook, right? And you can also go back to previously looked at pages. However, Facebook probably don't want you to do that because it's very difficult to find out how to do that. And even the AI from Google is confused about how to do that. I don't know if the Facebook AI would help you out in that respect. Anyway, all I'm saying is I was able to get back there, and then I posted, if I go into here, once again, the ad details, you've got to go to the ad details, and then it tells you about the ad. You can't actually get back to the ad, you've got to go to this little bit here. So I went to that, okay, and there we are, comes up with it, and then I went into comment, all right, okay, all right, and I'll just see if my comment's still there. No, probably not. For some reason or other, they get rid of my comment. It's not at the top of the list. All right, most relevant. I'll have to go into all comments. All right, and that's another thing with Facebook. And see if I can find my comment of me. No, there's 170 comments there. Perhaps it's at the bottom. No. Oh, there we are. There is a comment I wrote. That comment. As I was suspicious about this promotion, I rang one of the hotels they supposedly use, Surface Aquarius, and asked if they had any association with this organisation. They said they did not. The whole thing looks like a scam to me. So I'm warning other people. I wonder how long that'll go in there, or if the Facebook person that puts in this ad or thing in Facebook have the ability to remove my ad, which they probably do, remove my comment. So very, very difficult to establish scams and warn other people of scams. But anyway, if you want to know more about this, email me. Other than that, goodbye.